Daniel,
that would not be helpful.
When you open that door, I need you to put your hand over that handle. I need you to turn it exactly 35 degrees.
35 degrees?
Yes.
That's pretty spicy. Not 36? What happens at 36?
What do I get?
36, 7
if I do
dolphin.
This? You're asking something of me. What do I get?
Dolphin men come and attack the apartment.
Wow. Okay. Well, you guys.
And they go. That sounded like SpongeBob. That doesn't sound like a dolphin.
That did not sound like SpongeBob. Excuse me. Don't you like make greater sound effects? Be like, oh, that was a spot
what did that sound
SpongeBob.
like?
A dying.
I tried to do a dolphin.
Trash panda.
I interpreted it as SpongeBob. What do you think it actually is?
Let us know in the comments down below. But welcome to the Neon Apes podcast. We're on an episode.
What if we lived in a world where the comments were above the video?
The comments were above the video?
You would have to say, let us know above.
Let us know. Leave a comment up there.
Oh my god, that'd be so cringy.
I
I immediately hate that universe. If I was in Rick and Morty, I would blow it up. The universe.
You would blow up the universe because the comments were above the video?
Exactly. I'm just like Rick, haha, where I just arbitrarily like destroy a whole like reality based on like some random bullshit.
Matthew,
What?
How do you think your life would differ if, upon the release of Rick and Morty, you became just a Rick and Morty super fan and you modeled your personality just as best you could off of Rick? Like, how do you think life would have turned out?
I think the cost would be great because everyone would stop hanging out with me like almost.
Yeah, he would lose like.
Do you know when it came out? It came out like a while ago. I remember seeing ads for it and like being annoyed because it looked dumb when it was like 2014. Like, it was a while ago.
2014.
That is 20. Dang, Rick and Morty is 2014.
That's my base guess. I don't know.
Spreading
misinformation?
I'm gonna look this up.
That sounds about right because there were like 5 billion episodes in between each season at the beginning. I mean, still even now, it feels like it's really long. Just like you were showing us, Matthew, there's an amazing new
December
show.
2nd, 2013.
It's even older. Oh
Wow.
my gosh.
Okay, I was close though.
But yeah, so Matthew was showing us Smiling Friends, which is a really good new animated like cartoon. But it only has 12 episodes and they're 10 minutes
It's 8
each.
less.
There's 8 episodes.
I'm pretty sure you can watch
in
in less than 2 hours.
Yeah. And so like it was really, really good, and now we get to wait probably like a year and a half for more Smiling Friends.
But the next season will probably be like double, I'd guess.
Oh, I would hope. I would really, really, really hope. Yeah, no. I mean
it doesn't like make you like crack up like a hard, but it's like a pretty like
it's a good show. Like it's a really good show, quite honestly. But yeah, no, I don't know. Okay,
Hello?
Hello?
Is that
There was our door to our podcast studio opened and then it closed.
who
I think
it?
your apartment's haunted.
We're being haunted right now, apparently.
I heard
we
them knock,
scared
and I was
the
like,
shit out of Caitlin when we walked in.
Yeah,
here.
do you guys? So yeah, my poor girlfriend is sitting in the dark by like the way she wants to. She's watching a horror movie, and then what did you guys do?
I was like, Matthew and I got to the place at the same time, and we saw each other in the hallway, and we started meme running towards each other, and I was running towards Matthew, and he locked the door on me, and I started like banging on it and trying to do like
I immediately was like,
creepy
oh shit,
scratching
Caitlin's probably right
sounds.
there. It was dark, so I thought like at least no one was in the main room, but she was watching a horror movie, and that made it way worse, the context, because literally someone was just banging on the front door.
Clawing at the door.
I was doing a horror bit at Matthew.
I closed the door, I locked it, and started being banged on, which is like, I guess in a horror movie context is one of the worst things you can have happen.
Yeah.
Besides like something bursting.
Probably being like disemboweled or like.
I don't know. It's a bad situation to be in. Obviously, like dying is worse, but that's bad because it leads to dying.
Well, I mean, it
and
could
you've still
just
got like
be
the horror of you're about to be
arbitrary
eviscerated.
bullshit.
Like,
we're just talking about.
All right. Well, wait. What's worse, like the moment when you're being eviscerated, or the moment like in the build up before you get eviscerated?
Being eviscerated.
I still think
being in the moment beforehand, because you've got all the misery of waiting for it, and then you have to experience that.
But
whereas if you just like teleport to being eviscerated, that's less
I think
That's
you're
bad shit
underestimating how
overall.
painful
I
being.
But in
disembodied
either
is.
case, you're getting
understand.
eviscerated.
He's taking a very dumb engineering mathematical approach to it, but I think he's right.
Like I get that there's
I'm
like
technically
more of
correct.
like
The
a-
best kind of correct.
He's like the sum of your suffering is more if you. Of course, you're going to suffer more if you do both the before and after.
Oh, is that what you're saying?
you
Yeah,
say?
you're going to
Oh.
if you just go to the moment of being
Okay,
eviscerated
yeah.
versus the moment just
That's
before
what-
being
that's what I'm saying is-
eviscerated. The moment before is worse because you're spending more time just in agony.
Yeah. But no, for sure. Because I thought you were like saying.
Did you know that
I'd
technically
rather-
being shot at for 3 seconds is not as bad as being shot at for 12 seconds?
Wait, where did you get this from?
That's what you're saying.
What do you mean? Where did he get this from?
Like it's just like, okay, yeah,
It's like obvious. It's like obvious, but you can word it in a way that makes it sound like it's not obvious to bamboozle people, and that's what you did to us, Daniel.
But here's,
and I will never.
Here's a solution to
forgive
my
you.
riddle. The gun only has 12 shots, so after he's done 12 shooting, you can fight back.
Or just fight back after the third shot because they just randomly stop firing. Well, in the other part of your hypothetical,
You know, like, why not just always go back to the earliest point you could? Because then you could, like, do something to avoid being shot in that example or being eviscerated
All right,
in the
all right. How about this?
horror
Here's
example.
the trolley situation, right? Okay, the one person has a bunch of people. One person has one. The one person that only has one person, you get shot 6 times. The other one, 6 people die, but only get shot once.
so you're saying, would you rather kill one person shooting them 12 times, or
No, you get shot that amount.
you get?
Yeah, you get shot.
Okay, well, so you're dying most likely either way, even with only one shot. I mean, you have a higher chance.
I'd say you have
of
a
surviving.
very significant chance of surviving one shot because I'm not even saying
Versus
it's the head.
12.
You can.
Okay, well,
this
it
is-
really depends on where you get shot.
It does.
Because
Also,
if it's
like,
on your limbs, like, where are they shooting you, though? You gotta define stuff.
I don't know. I'll say like they just point and it shoot at you.
then I'm gonna say they know what they're doing, and most likely they're hitting you in your chest,
Well, you know,
regardless.
I mean, like I'm not even saying they're aiming. They're just going to shoot at you.
You don't not aim a gun.
Yeah,
Like,
you're not
I-
being like, pew, 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 like
They're going to de-aim.
sideways gun.
They're going to unaim.
They're gonna unaim. They're gonna be doing because I've been playing CS:GO recently. I've been getting back into it, so it's the equivalent of if you're moving even slightly and try firing a gun in CS:GO.
That's what I'm saying,
the
like-
bullet goes off into like outer space. Like,
I mean, because, yeah, dude, like, it's really unpredictable.
yeah,
I like to call these hypotheticals.
hypotheticals.
What
Yeah.
makes it a hypothetical?
It's cooler than a hypothetical.
That's it? That's, like,
Well,
the
you
only
haven't
thing you
given me
got?
any hypothetical.
Oh, you just wanted to dig at me. You don't even mean it.
I don't mean it.
All right,
you
wait,
have some
give
good
us a
hypotheticals.
hypothetical
So yeah,
then.
okay, let's put it to the test. Good hypothetical. I want
Hyper.
it now, please.
Hypothetical.
Okay, a good hypothetical. Okay. Would you rather?
I can't wait.
All right. Rather have to live in like an ocean world where there's like sea creatures. You have to like you basically live in like a Bioshock like world where there's like eldritch sea creatures in there that could eat at you.
But like, are you just like in the ocean, or is like it a
So,
civilization like
There's a
Bioshock?
civilization, so like there's a home base that's probably
Okay.
mostly safe. But like if you want to do anything work related, you have to go in the ocean and it's like Subnautica or something.
Okay.
Or live in an air world where all like the stuff is like on islands and there's like flying creatures that try to hunt you.
Airworld.
I would rather live in Airworld. Yeah.
Airworld is so much cooler. Well,
That's
you
a
have a
good point.
fear of just
Yeah,
open
I don't
water.
necessarily.
I guess that's not a
Open
very
water
good
video
comparison.
games?
One's like
Yeah.
an eldritch, like you're always going to feel like a sense of dread in like the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, like it's dark. Like yeah, that's like a big thing as well. Like whether do you want to see things like
Also, technically in Bioshock, so it doesn't look like the bottom. It doesn't look like the deep sea in Bioshock. It's like they picked like a part of the reef where it's like raised because you can still like kind of see. First of all, you don't go that far down. It doesn't seem like it.
I feel
And
like
two,
that's unrealistic, honestly. I feel like no matter, I mean, I don't know for sure, but wouldn't you think, like, however deep they actually are, unless they're, like, very near the surface, not a lot of light
yeah,
penetrates, right?
yeah.
Like, if you go down just a little bit, I feel like you're already eliminating, like, a fat amount of light.
Yeah. It's
probably.
Yeah.
it's crazy. The ocean is just like life that stayed in the water for like billions of years.
Oh,
What like eldritch abominations are down there?
and isn't it, like, I can't remember the exact like fact or whatever, but there's so many species that we haven't discovered like at the bottom of the ocean or whatever, just because like it's like the ocean's big and also it's hard to like go down there.
Have you seen a squid that are just like 16 foot long, and they're like, we've only seen the babies and they're that big.
The babies are
Yeah,
16
and you're
feet?
like, that is terrifying.
Like that's straight up like when we think of like Pokemon or like dinosaurs, but like we have some crazy shit right now.
The thing is, so you think of all the alien looking shit on our world. We have like platypuses, let alone like that what the fuck a platypus is. You have
looks like a Pokemon.
Have you seen that worm that like it spits its intestines out?
I think so. I've heard
Like
of
that.
at
That's
least.
an alien to me.
Oh yeah.
So we have that on this fucking, and then bugs and all this other shit.
Yeah, bugs like jelly. I don't know, like just literally like everything could.
And
be,
now imagine like other planet life.
like even just like if it's like very similar to Earth, like but like one change, like that one change is gonna cause like every species to like evolve in a completely different.
That's what's fun about
way.
Solaris is like sometimes you will get your standard like, oh, there's like the bug people, and or like here's the lizard folk. But there's also like fungoids. There's a decent chance you might get a fungoid or a rock person or a water man. Have you seen like the sexy dolphin man?
Yeah,
one?
I have.
There's like a ripped dolphin species now. As one of the things, I love those because it's just flavor. Like at the end of the day, I don't think. I guess besides like the subset of species you pick, it usually doesn't affect much.
Like, I don't know, you're still playing Stellaris. It's like new variations.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was okay. Decent hypothetical. You got any more, Mister? I want a hypothetical. As
Yeah,
you,
I do agree. That
Okay,
was
okay.
just a hypothetical, not a
Okay,
hypothetical.
There's a lot of stress, guys. I'm moving a super villain after.
You are kind of being put on the spot here.
Okay. Let's do more of this weird shit. Would you rather? Okay. Hypothetical. Would you rather?
Wait. Hypothetical
Or
or hypothetical?
Hyper.
You made this
Fuck.
dumb bit up, and we're
Yeah,
just keeping
we're
it.
Okay.
forcing you to commit to the bit that you started. Which also, for those of you guys that don't know, outside of the podcast, this is what like Matthew does, like
No, yeah.
like 30% of the time, and it's amazing because like that there are some good hypotheticals. But okay, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Okay. If like right now in 2022, I suppose when we recorded this, but I guess that's when we upload, so I don't know why I'm saying that.
It will still be 2022,
yes.
yeah, when this goes
Okay.
up.
The three religions turn out to be true: the Nordic gods, the Greek gods, and the Egyptian gods. Which one would you eventually pledge allegiance in the eventual like fucking like 3-point civil war that would create?
Oh, easy, Thor. Like, just because, like, at that point, all three of those are like polytheistic afterlife, so they're all kind of chaotic and unpredictable and whatever. But like, there will be such good metal if that just happens in the modern day. Can you imagine the kind of metal that like
That is a
the
good
cult literally like worshipping
Oh,
Odin
Counterpoint.
have?
White nationalists.
Okay, those also exist. Fuck. We can just kill them. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You know, there's definitely more metalheads because
honestly,
like,
I'm gonna say
I
like I have a bias towards Greek gods. There's one I will say I probably wouldn't like. I think the Egyptian gods are real assholes, if I remember right in lore.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I need to remember. Like I would purely take it. I wouldn't care about the Civil War. I would literally base my decision on what got me the best like
Afterlife.
dead ass. Like I
So
would just
Elysium
like
is pretty good, but you have to be probably worthy. And I don't know the Greek definition of going into Elysium.
because like yeah, if you know that these are 100% like
Valhalla is kind of hard, but Valhalla is a sweet gig. But it's pretty hard to get in if you think
dude,
about
I'll just spray paint.
I mean, it's
my
easy.
mouth
It's
that's
actually
just-
pretty easy.
and suicide bomb someone in the Civil War.
Yeah, it's actually pretty easy. Oh my god. Yeah, that's a good point.
'Cause
If
Mad
Valhalla was
Max,
real,
yeah.
you would have a real jihad problem with the
yeah, man, that would be something else if it were just confirmed that if you died like for your god in battle that you go to like super heaven.
That's something we always talk about in D&D. We're like, okay, if demons are real and it's confirmed, you will be a like if you are a chaotic evil in D&D, you will be a larva. Your soul will be a larva feasting on the abyss, for that fucking worst place in existence.
Wait, and
In
that's
D-
canon. In
Yes.
D&D. If
So
you're
I'm like,
chaotic evil.
why would you do that?
Like even the most evil, selfish, like oriented person could see that in the long run that's a bad idea.
Yeah, well, how is it canonically confirmed in game though? Because like your character can be
that's a good
chaotic evil
point.
and just not believe
D&D
that.
morality doesn't hold up to scrutiny. Like
Oh, yeah, also, I hate-
that's the ultimate takeaway of any extended conversation.
But-
like,
About that, yeah.
Yeah, like obviously, it's just really annoying. But
The DM should make, if anyone's chaotic evil, every like 5th or 6th session, like if your character dies, you have to waste a session literally just like crawling around in the floor, like in hell. Like that's all you have to do. Like everyone else gets to play, but you're sitting at a separate table because your character died and is in hell.
You're not even talking to anyone else. They set up like an opulent D&D table and just like, I don't know, another room or something just for you.
they
Yeah.
set like 16 uncooked bacon bits, and you have to eat them off the floor.
16.
What?
Where did that from?
Yeah,
What?
where did that come from?
What?
Because you're like a larva feasting off the abyss. You have to be gross about it, right?
Oh, so you're RPing
And you have to do like
really
Danny
hard.
DeVito when he like shaved his whole body and got naked and was like swimming around in like the
Yeah.
Germex on the floor. Do that and
Yeah.
eat the bacon bits.
Okay. Speaking of weird morality, I saw the Batman yesterday.
Oh, was it good?
Yeah, it was really good. I liked it.
I'm gonna see it. I heard it was 3 hours.
It's just under 3 hours, like 2 hours and like 50 minutes.
That is-
I did not know that going in, and like halfway through, I'm like, oh, so they got this one guy. I think it's going to end. I'm like, oh my god, it's still going. I'm like, fuck me.
See, that's why like I was.
It's like
actually,
the Dark Knight is long too. If you
Dark
watch
Knight
it,
is
yeah.
long.
But it's like it's good that those movies are good if you're watching at your house. That's my
Yeah.
hot take. I want to be able to pause, go to the bathroom, like.
I liked the atmosphere of some of these movies. This movie though, one the minor spoiler, but like the Riddler has the like a live stream at some point. Like he's just showing on camera, and he goes like, "Hey guy," he just starts it like a really awkward Twitch stream where he goes like, "Hey guys, it's me."
Riddler
Thank you.
92. Thanks for the gifted sub.
It's just it literally like I just want to put that earworm in your brain so when you watch it'll make you laugh because he literally like he bit for bit goes like, "Hey guys." He's just like he's really good in that movie though. Like the Riddler like always been like I've never taken him seriously because I don't think he's ever been portrayed too seriously. He is evil and he kills people and everything.
Yeah.
But he's always been kind of wacky. Like Jim Carrey fucking played him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, back in I know people unironically kind of like him as the Riddler, like in that movie, but the movie's not that good. That's what I've heard. And the guy from Men in Black, the old guy, plays Two-Face in that movie.
No.
But
Yeah, do you think they're going to? Because obviously the Joker's not in that movie, right?
no, but
Like, do you think they're gonna make another one?
they
Is this, like, the
do
new trilogy?
they do hint at a new different Joker.
Yeah, not Joaquin Phoenix. Right?
and
'Cause that's
I'm
a
like,
one-off.
there's too many Jokers. I don't want.
Because like
I don't
obviously
I don't necessarily want Joaquin Phoenix. I'm just saying like
I do. Well, I would, but I know that's not happening.
Yeah.
But like,
I think it would fit in this world
if they didn't
because
do that, you wouldn't get Joker.
that Joker would kind of fit in this movie just because this world is in the same vein is like Gotham's a piece of shit
Oh
place
yeah, isn't
to
it
live.
like really dark and gritty?
Yes, yes,
heard
I
that-
do not want to. This is the one movie. Like, okay, Gotham's always had crime, but I'm like, okay, so does New York. You just don't go to the like. It's just a big ass city, like Chicago, like these other places. Like,
Yeah.
But like this one was like, no, I do not fucking Gotham, man.
Oh my God.
I do not want to. You know how they portray Hell's Kitchen and Daredevil pretty similar, where it's like just everything about it shit, like down to the bone. Oh, I almost kissed it. Like I love this, but this one's been pretty infamous in like more modern tales of Gotham, where like there's like these old ass mafia families that like there's old crime and the new crime is the form of like the penguin. Right now the penguin's like the second boss to like one of the Falcones, which is like an Italian mob basically. And so it's implied that penguin eventually will take like over like it's really gritty though, and like his suit is just like a wingsuit, and at one point he just eats shit on it. Like it's just a really, I'd say technically the most grounded take still like the Dark Knight, because this one still has some weird shit. Like his car has a fucking like almost like an airplane turbine in the back, like a jet engine thing.
You just like, I mean that's Batman though. Like he just always.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, as a kid, I made fun of Batman so much, mainly because I just knew you liked it. But I'd always be like, oh, he's not a like superhero. He's a hero.
And I was explaining this earlier. I honestly think he's a superhero because of like in spite of the fact that he's like done the shit he's done while still being technically canonically still human and canonically have human powers.
Yeah,
like
like,
yeah,
he
Spider-Man's human, but he has superhuman powers. Technically, Batman doesn't have it, but the shit he's done.
Oh, yeah.
I still like he's apparently taken on these people like Bane canonically. Okay, when you think about like just like a person that's like, you know, like a foot or two taller than you is already like a big advantage. Imagine like someone that has like super steroids like Bane. How do you beat him?
Oh yeah, you be Batman apparently. But yeah, no, I've heard that like because like yes, I guess it just seems like every time they make a Batman movie, they're getting like grittier and grittier.
But this one has a good take on that. It's not just Batman being a dick. And it, like, okay, so another criticism I don't understand for this movie is people are like, he's not acting like Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne acts like a normal playboy, and in this he doesn't. And it's like, yeah, he doesn't, because he doesn't get out. Because he stays up all night. He's like having a hard time, you know, staying up in the day. Like he has like insomnia. So like obviously he wouldn't like.
Yeah, like it's giving him like it's just a different
and
take
like
on it.
I'm guessing after this movie he probably like that's a character arc in the movie to explore. Like this is, you know, the first movie is what I'm saying. Like it's a titch. I don't know why people are saying that's like a plot hole or something. I don't know.
No, I mean I guess I could see like people like that like are real nostalgic on like how Batman
I can
is.
understand people preferring that.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I like the Joker and Suicide Squad, so like I don't think I have much like taste when it comes to superheroes.
I mean, I probably
because everyone and their mother apparently hates.
I was
Joker.
I was the biggest CW Flash fan.
I don't know how you like can watch some of those CW shows.
Some of those are so bad.
The central plot of season 1 of that show is good.
That's like how all CW shows go.
Yeah.
They have like one good thing, which is probably in the pitch of the show.
And you have people make a call of like figuring out something by going like, oh yeah, my friend is going scuba diving. Scuba's an acronym. Let's see if the thing we're talking about is an acronym. And that's how they do the next plot point. That was a scene in CW.
The writing in those shows,
it is
so bad.
The funniest. No, that's not even that. When the Flash, his love interest that's dating someone else at the time, doesn't know who he is yet, but he knows the Flash. She's like talking to him. And at one point, he's like, "Yeah, my boyfriend." And he's like, "Did you guys break up?" And she goes, "What? No." And he goes, "Oh."
Oh my
God. I'm like,
God.
bro.
And I bet like was it acted like pretty awkward as well?
Yeah, because he's really bad. He's a huge simp. Oh my God, it's so cringy actually. I just want Wally. I like Wally way better than Barry because Wally's
Wally. I just thought of the Pixar.
He's
robot.
Kid Flash. He's like the Robin. And when Barry fucking ran so fast he aged into a skeleton, he took over. And he was just cooler because he acted more like Spider-Man where he had quips and shit. Barry was like always like the do-gooder, like, oh, you know, I'm a forensic worker, you know, I'm a scientist. But like Wally was the same, but he just looked up to Barry, so he just wanted to be the superhero. So he's always like the quippy one.
That's cool. No, man, I think I still prefer Wally the robot.
Okay. Sure, you can have that.
I don't know what that adds to I just want you to know that the Wally in my heart is a robot.
Also, I just want to say the last thing about the new Batman movie is they have a great take on both the killing of the parents by not showing it. They're like, okay, it's a Batman movie. You know what fucking happens to Batman? It's funny though, in the Reddit thread, they have a spoiler tag. It's like Bruce Wayne, spoiler, the Batman, or it's the reverse. I don't know. They have him as cast, and they have a spoiler tag on the other, and you're like, okay,
yeah,
it's
that's
just,
for like people that straight up like have never encountered Batman,
which
in
is
their life at all.
Honestly, like a rare sight.
I mean, to be fair, it's probably for young. Well, it's just PG-13. So
it's PG.
There's a lot of new kids that might not know who Batman
also,
is.
another way to say
Okay,
this,
but
how
who's
dark
getting
this
that
movie
spoiled?
is I was surprised this movie was PG-13. Mostly because of a mental thing, because they saved the F word really early in the movie, so it just immediately set me in tone of thinking it's an R movie.
Don't they get to only say that like once?
Yes, and that's how they
So they trick you. They throw it at you.
And later in the movie, there's straight up like Riddler has a saw trap on one of the people. It's fucked up. There's like a straight up like, oh god, this movie's so good. It's really good actually. I don't like now. I'm thinking about like the fucking movie. and it just I don't want to spoil too much, but I just want to say
'cause
that
I definitely want to see it.
the only other thing is they do like a middle ground where they don't make the parents like, oh, the wholesome rich people that only donated like 50% of their money to charities, but they didn't completely make them like fucking corrupt. Like they were like, literally like funding mafias. They do like a middle ground with it, and I really like their take on, and also they do a take where they imply someone might have been behind the murders, but they don't make a definite answer. And I kind of like that. I like that because I don't like it when Batman just has a clear person. Or okay, I'm fine Batman finding out who killed his parents because that would relatively be easy, I think, in the grand scheme of things. But I don't like Batman finding out like, oh, this group of people killed his parents, because like I'm like, okay, well then now he has a villain. Like he has like a villain, and like I like the idea that Batman fights crime, which means like.
Yeah, like you don't want him like off on some grand adventure. You want him to just be in the city, like beating up crime baddies.
I think Batman Begins had a good take on that, which is like the prequel to Dark Knight, where he was about to shoot the guy who shot his parents, but then the mafia gets him killed, and he's like, well, I never got to kill the guy who killed him, and he gets no closure. And he's like, so it's just crime in general killed my parents basically, and that's why
that's why he fights crime.
And in that movie it is
because he couldn't kill the guy. Wow. Okay.
So if he had killed that guy, he would have just gone back to being a rich dude.
I mean, maybe, possibly. Like, and I kind of like that because it's just like, I think he realizes the futility of killing people as well. It's like, what would have changed if I shot him? Like, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Do I need to fulfill this thing? And the way they explore Batman in this world, I like a lot, because they kind of explore the dark aspect of when you think about Batman, where he's just beating up on mentally ill people. And that's kind of like they explore that aspect where like, okay, yeah, maybe you should be fearful to criminals, but I don't think he should be like, the fucking like the scariest thing ever.
I agree. Dude, in the next movie, he's literally gonna just like walk into a mental asylum and beat half of them. Like just like,
that's the 3-hour cut. It's just 3 hours. 3 hours of Batman beating up mentally ill people.
What if they do a director's cut of the movie that you watched, the Batman movie that's out, and it just adds 3 hours of that, but it's not together, it's spliced in.
Wait, what?
So they take the movie you just watched, the Batman movie.
Okay.
6-hour extended director's cut.
Okay.
But 3 hours of it is him beating up people in a mental asylum. Like he just walked into a mental asylum. So it just keeps showing. It keeps cutting to him doing this.
I would leave the movie if I'm like, if it got to like almost 4 hours. Like I'm already 3 hours. I'm like, bro, it should end now. And now it's almost 4 hours.
Like,
and then like the way I would probably notice the pattern of like, it looks like a coherent movie, but randomly he just goes into this asylum.
What if they try to explain it? So like throughout the movie, he thinks about a time when he beat up a specific kid.
He goes, Riddler must have left a clue here. He goes, but he says that same line, and it's the same.
It's like a whole transition. He says that, and there's like some bubble, like
no,
cloud.
It's the same shot of him doing the same animation of him pulling into this asylum, but then the animation of him is going to a separate room, and beating up a separate guy. But it starts with him going like, I think the Riddler must have left a clue here. He keeps saying that, but he just goes and beats up another guy.
Like he goes into a room and he's like tearing out their drawer. Like he's literally like, he is actively looking for something, but in the process he's just merciful. Like
oh my god. Okay, and you cast in this movie. This is what they do. This is their way to reboot the DCEU. Is they they cast those all as like big name actors.
Okay.
And they get like Danny DeVito's back as like Penguin. And those are all like the villains, and because he did that one movie, they all come back in the next movie being like, we were trying to get rehabilitated, but now we're like back, and it's like
that would be so good. What if they cast really famous people as the mentally ill people getting beat up?
That's like, what I'm saying.
So he is beating up,
and
like,
they
Danny
come
DeVito.
back. Yeah, because he was the Penguin in one of the movies.
Okay, so in the movie, we're gonna see Batman for 2 minutes
Danny
straight.
DeVito was the Penguin in one of the Batman movies.
You didn't know that?
Oh, I didn't know that was a real.
We should watch that movie just because of that. Because I hear he does a great job as It's the same movie. It's a sequel to the Jack Nicholson Joker movie.
The
I don't know. Like
It's
my
yeah, no,
it's directed
that-
by the guy who did
that
Edward Scissorhands.
I don't know horror movies.
That's not a horror movie.
Edward.
you just have like way more knowledge about movies.
I don't know.
Apparently not, because I can't think of the guy's name.
Oh well, I am not going to be able to help you out with that.
It's okay, Matthew.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Here,
He
two.
directed the reboot of the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Wait, who is that guy? Because I saw that.
He directed Frankenweenie. He directed No, he didn't. Wait. I don't think he directed Coraline. I'm sorry. He directed the Halloween Christmas movie with the Jack guy.
Yeah, I just don't know that guy's name.
Oh my gosh.
But he did the Corpse Bride.
I know that this is a guy, but I don't know his name.
It's like okay. I actually have to look this up. Okay, so it was like Christmas. What was the movie? Christmas Halloween movie.
We are a great movie fat.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay, who is this here? That is Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
Tim
I
Burton.
kept
Tim
wanting to say Tom Brady. And I'm like, that's not who I'm thinking of.
Yeah, Tom Brady. Totally.
He's football, right?
I know.
Totally. But
He does the football. He throws the football.
He
throws
got the football go.
Is he the one that like got caught like for like deflating the footballs?
No, that was just like I don't know. That's like sports team shit like being thrown. So like
Is that the
I
same
don't know if
claim
that
as
ever
like
got
saying that the
confirmed.
election was rigged kind of thing, where like it was just another
I thought
team
that
being
like
salty?
he got fined. I thought he got fined through the like football league.
did he actually get fined? Because if he got fined, then maybe he
Did,
actually
did the football
it.
triumvirate of Madden? I don't know.
Did
anyone
they
else
have
in
like due
football.
process within the NFL?
No, I
Or
think
was he just like found guilty?
I don't think the guy who nailed got
Oh my
due
gosh, I
process
can't
in
type
football.
No, he did not.
Plating footballs. Deflategate is what this is called, by the way. That's the term for this. Deflategate.
Was it Gamergate that just caused this whole stupid naming convention of making every single controversy gate at the end of it?
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
Watergate was the first one, but I think
Oh
you're
my
right.
fucking god, you're right.
Well, I think Gamergate made it more common.
Yeah.
'Cause that's when people were like, "Oh, Xgate, Ygate, Zgate."
It's kind of like, the Italians and Germans with fascism. The Italians started it, but the Germans made it popular.
Yeah.
How have I brought up white nationalism twice in this?
I don't know,
podcast?
man.
Yeah, man.
Why? That's on you. That's on you, Mister.
One of them was a legitimate concern about
Oh,
joining
yeah,
the
that
Thor
first one.
as a religion, because white nationalists
It's
would
easy.
flock to
You
it.
kill them, and then they're not there anymore.
Fair enough.
Yeah. No. Fair enough.
If you're in the Thor cult, anyways, then like you're gonna have no problem just straight up killing someone.
But, like-
especially for like being a white nationalist, yeah.
Who do you think would have the advantage technically? So you have like, I'm just reimagining that fucking bomb ass Age of Mythology game. They should make a reboot. Or a sequel. They should make a sequel. They're doing.
that was impressive to watch. Actually.
That wasn't a stroke. That was like my fucking sister rebooting. I like did like a reboot. I was just gonna say, they're making an Age of Empires 4. I think they should make an Age of Mythology 2.
I remember
I'd play that.
you and your brother playing that as a kid, and every time I went over and your brother was playing it, he was just doing, which is what I would do. He just kept entering in the cheat codes, and he was just like smiting. Like
No,
he was
I did that
using all
too.
the
I did that
OP.
too. Dude, just Super Bear. There was like Super Bear called with a Canadian flag as a cape. And I literally, during the campaign, he was my protagonist during the campaign. I just had him go through all the levels because I couldn't fucking do that
You
strategy
guys
shit.
didn't actually beat the campaign.
No.
I did not play the game.
No.
Fucking scrubs.
So. Did you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm impressed.
I
That
was
sounds.
a gamer kid.
That game was
gamed.
cool. So it like StarCraft, it had like 3 factions that were unique, and there was the Norse, what I just said, those factions, Egypt and Norse and Greek, and the way you got worship, like the points, was different. So the Vikings, those guys, you had to fight and you would get your worship points. The Egyptians, you would build temples, like statues, and those would slowly give you points. So you just have to build more bigger shit. And the Greek, you just have to have guys worship at the podium, which is kind of boring, but whatever. And those points got you to summon like monsters and shit or spells.
Oh, that's a cool way. Like it makes it more like a little asymmetrical.
And as you advance through the levels, you got to like like spec into like the different gods. Like you can worship Apollo versus Artemis or something like that.
That's pretty sick.
Did you ever do RP stuff where you're like, ooh, I'm like making this like city state? Like,
Oh,
you know, what are
sometimes.
they progressing like?
Yeah, just kind of like build like the lore of you.
But knowing like how asymmetric that game was, I'm sure one of those guys probably in the build fucking like destroyed the others. Maybe
I mean, I don't know. You can do asymmetry without making it like one side always wins.
It's just really hard. I'm just like it's easy just to make it uneven, but
I mean, yeah, I do agree. It is easy to fuck it up.
If everyone has equal things, it's easy.
Yeah, asymmetrical games though are some of like the coolest things if done right. Like Dead by Daylight, like that's a popular game. Like Evolve.
You had one that kind of failed, but it got the servers shut down. Batman Origins.
Oh,
Do you know what it was? So okay, it was semi asymmetric, but not too much with the shooter aspect with the two gangs, Joker's gang and Bane's gang, and those weren't even except they had a hero that can come in, so that's fine. But then there's a third faction, Batman and Robin, that come in, and if they take down enough of you guys, the fear factor goes up and both gangs run away.
Oh, so like it's either one of the gangs wins or
Batman and Robin win.
Batman.
Two players play as Batman and Robin.
That is cool.
And I'm like, that's so cool. And I don't even care about the shooting them. Like, it's not. I don't even care like because you could eventually get to play as Joker or like Bane or.
That's so cool because like most asymmetrical games are still just two teams, right? Like a one person versus five, but to have a like 5v5v1, like I don't know, but that's just, or two, that's such a different layer. Like of complexity. That's what there's so many games like that had like multiplayer like components that are just shut down now that like, you can't even play. Like it's kind of sad. I mean, obviously like
that's one of those games I would like get people to play just once with me because that doesn't seem like something fun to play with friends.
Oh yeah,
but I think with that you have to get a lot of friends for that.
Oh, to make it like that's why Evolve is fun. Like just playing with like us as a friend group, like five people or whatever. But before we actually had a single question for what we should talk about on this podcast. So I figured we'd do this. So we have by Zom, experiences with natural disasters, or if no one has those, just some natural experience from being outside or camping. Now you do a lot of camping and all that stuff. So like, do you have any like I don't know stories of?
It's gotten outside like dummy cold because we went like in the fall, and as it turns out, it gets very cold at night in fall. But we brought enough like insulation. But you'd be surprised like how cold you get.
What was it like 20 or like 10 degrees? Like what do you think Fahrenheit?
Probably like 20.
Not that foreign shit.
Yeah, no, we're
in American
American units.
American freedom.
Freedom units.
Hold on, I'm gonna make a TikTok for like our network channels, and mine's just gonna be like a fake country boy channel.
A fake
where I just in that TikTok only act like a country boy.
Okay, do it. Yeah.
I hate when you do this. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, okay,
you're like, I should do a thing, and Holden says, yes, do the thing.
I really like
and then you're like, oh, how can you do this to me?
It's literally like the Yu-Gi-Oh reverse card. Okay,
First
do it.
It's the Kids Bop channel that you said you would make. He promised. I don't know if he promised. I'm not gonna say that, but he acted like he was gonna make a Kids Bop channel. Then you said you were gonna.
I wouldn't listen to on repeat.
Holden shot the principal.
You just screaming into the mic.
And how you can promote that Kids Bop album is by being a country boy on TikTok.
I just literally just put in a microphone. Holden shot the principal. Just saying.
I mean, totally didn't even hear that.
Like 4 times in the chest.
I shot a principal.
The principal.
You don't remember? Yeah, the principal.
Or high school.
I don't know. Maybe I got blackout drunk in high school.
Can we and like act like we leaked like one of the locations, but we just gaslight it by like making a completely fake place. Like if I was like we went to like Dortdale High School.
Dortdale. That's a really good name. Like
Dortdale?
That's some alliteration right there.
I do
But you
like
would be called
that as a name.
Dortdale.
I would
I
hate
don't wanna
that
be
while
called
I was
that,
in
no.
high school, but I think as an adult, I would grow to appreciate Dorothy.
That's pretty good.
It sounds like okay, there's a sequel series to Fairy Odd, which there is, Fairy Odd Parents, but it's like Timmy's adult and he has a new neighbor he hates, and his last name is Dortdale, because it's like what was his Dinkelberg.
Dinkelberg is such a bad name. I hate that. I think it's just actually, if anyone has that name.
Have you seen the sequel Proud Family show?
Mm-mm.
Do you know what that show is though?
No.
It's like that Disney Channel, the Black Family,
And what was it called?
the Proud Family.
I don't think. I don't think so.
It's, you know that meme where it's like the guy running really dumb. You uncultured people.
Apparently not.
You didn't grow up in my generation. You probably were watching Corey in the House.
No, I wasn't, because that wasn't our generation.
I was.
That was like when we were like, no. Okay, generation was the wrong word, but I feel like that was
I still
older
watched
than
it.
us. Was it on frequently?
I watched the episode
Corey
where
in
the president lost his memory and was like working at like a restaurant.
I guess I just never
And so,
watched
and the
it.
press found him just working at a random fast food restaurant. And I'm like, do you imagine the controversy of that? Like he lost his memory working at like McDonald's at the mall.
That's pretty sad, honestly. Like just losing your memory.
I still think I saw an article. I don't know if it's true that like we agreed to finally start like paying the president at least like some kind of salary, because like one of the former presidents was found living with his mom afterwards or something. I don't know if that's true. I don't, but that seems like something that happened like maybe like in the 1800 era. Like maybe there was like a president that wasn't that popular.
I know they made who did they make sell his peanut farm?
Oh,
Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
They made him sell his peanut farm.
He lost his peanut farm?
Yeah, he had to sell his peanut farm to be a president.
Does
They
Trump
made
still
him.
have all his shit?
Yes, he didn't sell a peanut farm. I'll tell you that.
Did you become president? Yes.
Oh
What
my
did it cost?
Peanuts.
My entire freaking peanut farm. But yeah, no, I was just trying to think while we were talking about that, if like I had any other like natural disaster, like I don't think we really got any. I mean, we have tornado
shit
drills.
ton of tornadoes.
Yeah.
Have y'all been like close to a tornado?
I fought a tornado once.
What was that?
I won,
like?
of course.
How do you beat a tornado, dude? That's like really impressive.
The tornado stopped at a certain point, I'm assuming, right? You were the last man
Yeah.
standing.
Yeah. I just grabbed the dirt. I was like,
I mean, I guess you could say anyone that survives like a tornado encounter, like fought the tornado.
Daniel, were
Yeah,
you
their bodies stopped the rotation of the wind.
Daniel, were
They
you there
fought it.
when we watched Hurricane Heist at Savannah's house?
Nah.
Oh my god, the movie's terrible. It's about
Hurricane Heist.
it's about a heist during a hurricane. And it starts with the two main characters as kids. Their dad dies during a tornado, and they see in the sky turns into a skull, like an evil skull at them. I don't know why. I thought there was going to be like a supernatural element. There's not. There's just an evil skeleton in the beginning of the movie.
It's just symbolism, Matthew. Your plebe brain wouldn't get the deep metaphors that
Yeah.
Hurricane Heist
It's-
is going
it's,
for.
I was Anna was mentioning to me if I wanted to watch Evangelion, like the new Evangelion rebuilds.
Oh.
And that morning during a shower, I confessed to Anna, I was like, I think I've come to the personal conclusion that I fucking hate Evangelion. I don't know why.
Are you for real?
I don't know why. I don't know what
the
about
hell?
it. I don't. Okay,
What the
it's
hell?
a strong emotion. I don't think,
the hell?
but I don't think it's a bad series. I just fucking can't stand it. I don't know why. I think it's just the environment around it, the memes, everything. It was like double what Undertale was.
Bullshit.
All right.
What?
Nah.
Bullshit.
Undertale had a way worse.
Are you-
community.
No, not the
kidding
community. I'm saying like to me personally, not like in general. Yeah, Undertale was way
okay.
more blown up. But I just I don't.
You just
It did not vibe with me.
Even
I did
though-
not care for some of the characters. I liked parts of the plot. I liked a lot of the themes they were going with, but I think the way I was watching it, I was just not in the mood for it.
No, I mean I get it, but like a part of me just died as you
I know,
said that. I
but
cannot.
I just felt like I
have
needed to say
not
that.
Heard that because that is my third favorite anime of all time. It keeps getting bumped down slowly, honestly. But
I haven't seen all of it.
should. It's so good.
I
don't wanna
watched
de-hype
a
it.
good chunk of it, but I haven't seen
You
like
need-
the ending where they go to like
It's funny.
crayons, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
like,
they
it's-
ran out of money.
It's definitely a slow burner, which like every time someone says that, like it's like
Oh no.
which I acknowledge.
But like I would also argue Cowboy Bebop to a degree is also a slow burner. It has a lot more action. Like
Yeah.
they both have action in them.
but that's at least you're getting a little bit of everything frequently.
Yeah.
Like Evangelion, the first like 10 episodes are like the same thematic wise. Like, and it's good. I mean, but
Like, while I can empathize with what Shinji is going through at like a time like in his life, I don't know. It just doesn't like connect with me.
Exactly. It's like I understand. Like I'm not. I find myself being really mean to Shinji. I'm like, just fucking stand up to your dad, you fucking pussy full of shit. But I understand why he isn't. Like I understand like who's more of the asshole here. But I'm just like I just can't stand Shinji. Asuka is literally like the most tsundere. I know she's probably
She's like
originated.
the prototype.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it's same thing watching Star Wars. Honestly, sometimes like you get that same feeling where like,
okay, yeah. To be fair, that's
you're
'cause-
like, this is really tropey, but that's because it made the tropes.
yeah,
and that's the problem with Evangelion, and that's probably what I'm getting a lot out of it. And also, like, I don't know, the show like made me uncomfortable in some way. I don't know.
Or I'm
Like,
just you're
All
gonna
right,
say
well, I mean,
that hand
that's-
scene. I think just scarred you at the end.
exactly.
I think that probably just,
no, that's not when it happened. That was not only was it when I was not wanting to watch anime in general. I definitely didn't want to watch Evangelion because like they're like. That's the scene where someone jacks off into a hand. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, dude, yeah, it's a good show. I'm like, no, it's not. I was just, yes, I was judging a book by its cover, but I'm like I'm literally watching a scene where this character's upset that someone's in a coma, and the next thing they jack off to her tits, and I'm like, okay, anime.
yeah.
And then
well, and I'll
then,
also
like,
point out they are underage,
yes,
as well.
and that's another part.
Yeah.
that, like, I realized this a while ago. Is there's so many of these weird there's not only a lot of like weird like the characters underage and they're nude, but like there's a lot of those dynamics where like either a minor likes a character over 18 or a character over 18 is attracted to a character
like
under
what
18.
in anime?
And fucking Evangelion. There's so many.
Oh,
there's,
yeah.
There's
I
so many
would
instances-
argue that's anime though,
Yeah, in general, I do agree.
and Japan and Japanese culture. Like I straight up,
Yeah,
and I'm not even just trying to defend Evangelion. That makes me uncomfortable too.
yeah.
But you guys both have seen Castlevania, right?
Yeah, for the most part, I've seen most of it, but I mean, I've seen the first season.
Because I finished season 3 finally,
Oh,
and like the finale. So like, have you guys seen that?
I have not seen season 3. I need to
Oh my
watch
gosh,
season
I'm
3.
not gonna spoil anything, but like, well, okay. So all I'm gonna say is I think this show does a really good job at the finale of like earlier in the season there's all these characters and they're like together, but then later in the season they're all off doing their own thing. But like in these finale, there's a finale happening in every single person's like character arc. Like in Game of Thrones, there's so many characters. Like one or two people, something's happening and then something else happens. But like it dead ass was like everyone is like on octane like 10, and it was like
I
dope
remember
as hell.
I watched like part of the new season. The new CG kind of weirded me out.
Is that
but-
season 4?
Oh
Or-
wait, I might be talking.
How many?
about-
How many seasons? Have you seen? So what I saw was there was like a town and they were doing like some cult shit. Have you seen
Okay,
that?
yeah, I've seen
okay,
that.
Okay, yeah. So that's season
Yeah,
3.
that's sick.
That's a dope season. Okay. But so you're saying what the season after that? What about it?
Yeah, there's CG, and it looks weird because they do it for parts and they don't do it for other parts. And it's clear that some producer said this isn't making us enough money, so we're cutting the budget a bit. So they're working within that, and it's still like I don't know.
Are you-
same
so is that
writers, it
all the
feels?
animation?
I don't actually know
Also,
that.
after Castlevania, you should watch Arcane.
Oh yeah, no, I might. I probably will. But wait, are you saying that the entire animation style changed, or just like parts of it,
Just
like when they
parts
go
of
to
it,
hell?
like parts of, nah. It's more
'Cause that
like
was a style
during
choice
like
in season
cutaway.
3.
During like cutaway, like I don't know, basic like filler scenes.
Oh,
They're
like of
more,
just, like, nature and
It's
shit?
it's art styles, or the art style is mostly the same. It's like animation
Okay.
is done differently and it's done cheaper.
What about fight scenes?
Some of them are more impressive than others. Some of them are like that hand drawn nice shit.
Oh, that was
And
so good.
some
Season
of
3
them-
finale. The fight scenes
fucking
were
know, right?
animated so good. Like, oh man. Okay.
Castlevania is the only thing I can cling to hope for, just in general, like things like One Piece, like live action, like of like anime adaptation, just because like they somehow did a adaptation of a video game well. But like to be fair, again, that was animated. I think an animated Western version of One Piece could work a lot better than the live action version.
Oh, see, I could get behind that.
I don't know. I don't know that a live action of anything that like leans into its cartoon elements will ever look good or feel good, because a cartoon like feels different than real life.
Yeah.
That's why I think you have to do like just a different.
And I'm not saying it's
spin
as
on
good.
it.
I don't think it'll be as good as One Piece.
Well, yeah,
but-
no, I agree with that though. Like if you're converting to like, you know, real life, use that.
Yeah, like I'm one of those feelings like, yeah, don't give Usopp the fucking nose. don't do that. Don't even try it.
Yeah.
All right,
Yes.
imagine they CG it on.
That's the
but
first thing that's gonna.
It's loose and floppy, and every time he turns his head, it wiggles around.
I can't.
No.
There's so many One Piece characters. I'm like, what the fuck are they gonna do
my
with them?
gosh.
Like the fishmen. The fishmen don't look even like remotely human. They're like this giant, like meaty people.
Yeah. No, that is hilarious, man. Well, I think this has been pretty solid podcast.
I think it was more of a guess, in my opinion.
We had a lot of hypotheticals, and some hypotheticals. So we spiced it up, you know.
We have both.
We have both.
Get you a
what other
podcast
podcast
that can do both.
Exactly.
It's a very bi podcast.
We have a you know.
What?
Also, I don't get that last
Because
part.
there's two options.
Oh, okay. I got you. But yeah, no, on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys are watching this,
that was the worst
you can
joke to leave
listen
off of.
as well. That also, yeah, I agree with that statement. So, yeah, you find us on places, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.